Hello, this is a video that is recorded to help registrants understand the importance of accuracy in the information that they submit to ACOT. The information is shared with the Canadian Institute for Health Information, and hopefully by the end of this video, the rationale for why this information is important and how to provide accurate information will be fully transparent. I'm Judith Pinto, Practice Advisor for the Alberta College of Occupational Therapy. I'd like to thank and welcome all of you listening from across Treaties 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10 territories and the 8 Métis settlements. I'm recording this in Edmonton, Treaty 6 territory, and Métis Nation 4. The photo on the screen was taken at a fall hike along a trail near the community of Twin Brooks in Edmonton, Alberta. It's located between Black Mud and White Mud Creeks, hence Twin Brooks. The Blackfoot name for this ward is Ipikokanipiochi and commemorates the relationship between the Blackfoot people and the migratory patterns of the bison. In today's video, we're going to cover what is the Canadian Institute for Health Information, or CIHI, and what information they collect about occupational therapists in Alberta. We'll also give you information about how you can make sure that that information is accurate and helpful for their purposes. If you have any questions, we'll give you contact information at the end of the video. So what is CIHI? The Canadian Institute for Health Information is an independent, pan-Canadian, not-for-profit organization. Its aim is to provide quality health information to help improve the health of Canadians and the healthcare system. It was established by Canada's health ministers and is charged with developing and maintaining a common approach to health information in Canada. CIHI is responsible for providing information that is accurate and timely, so governments can enact sound health policies, effectively manage the Canadian health system, and create public awareness of factors that affect good health. One of CIHI's core functions is the development and management of 27 health databases and registries, and of course, it includes the Occupational Therapist Database. That means that ACOT, along with all other provincial occupational therapy regulators, provides aggregate workforce data to CIHI on an annual basis. This data is taken directly from registration data and information that you provide to that you provide to ACOT through your personal profile updates. The accuracy of your data input allows CIHI to improve the accuracy of the information that they in turn provide to federal and provincial decision makers. So what information does CIHI collect? ACOT submits information about registration, demographics, geography, education, and employment. We'll get into all of those in future slides. Registration data. Registration information is based on ACOT's aggregate registration data in Alinity, and this includes the number of occupational therapists registered in the province, differentiating, as per CIHI's needs, between those who are fully registered and those who are provisionally licensed or pending full registration, based on information at the time of submission. The date of registration or renewal is also provided. Where the OT is registered is also information that is submitted by ACOT to CIHI. Obviously, if a registrant is registered with ACOT, that information is shared. But some of our registrants are also registered as other health professionals within Alberta or in other provinces or around the world. So the other jurisdictions section of the personal profile form is where that information is gathered. If you are registered with another health regulator in Alberta or anywhere else in Canada or around the world, please click Add. That will allow that form to open up and give you the option to enter occupational therapy regulators across the country or internationally, or other health regulators across the country, including in Alberta, as well as internationally. You will need to put in the registration number for that other body, as well as the expiry date. The personal information that CIHI collects includes gender identity of registrants and age through date of birth demographic information. This year, racial background and Indigenous identity is also being collected and submitted. Please note that providing that information is strictly optional. You have the option to click the buttons, prefer not to answer. Geographical data includes the country and province of the registrant and the postal code. If you speak additional languages other than English, you can select that there, whether you're more competent in speaking it or in writing it. Education data also includes information about your basic level of education for clinical practice, but also educational credentials that are perhaps not related to your license. I would recommend that you confirm that the credential that is associated with your license is accurate, that the degree is correct, the designation, and that the institution and year of graduation is correct. If you have any errors in that, please contact ACOT by phone or email to make arrangements to have that adjusted. But if you add non-qualifying educational information, you can click that Add button, and the form opens on the screen. You can choose from a list of designations from everything from a Bachelor of Arts to a PhD, and choose the field of study. You also need to include the name of the degree granting institution. So as you begin to type in the box, a range of universities will show up in the drop-down menu as part of ACOT's database, and you can choose the correct one. If, however, as you start to type, yours does not appear, you'll notice that there is a little red circle with a line through it, indicating that it is not part of ACOT's database. In that case, you will need to add that information, the name of the institution, the address, and a phone number in the box provided. Below that box is a button that allows you to upload documentation that confirms the information that you've provided. The final category is employment data and includes details about employment status as an occupational therapist. In the drop-down menu, you'll have the option to select one of four contexts: employed in OT on leave, unemployed and not seeking employment in OT, or unemployed and seeking employment in OT. Please choose the one that matches your current state. You will be asked to provide information about your title or position. There is a lengthy alphabetical listing, everything from administrator to supervisor, to choose from. You will also be asked to provide information about the status of your employment, ranging from casual, full-time, and part-time, and whether that status is by choice or whether you are seeking a different FTE, casual, full-time, part-time. The age range of the clients that you work with, and your main area of practice. Note that in the next couple of slides, I will show you that you will be able to enter secondary and tertiary, other areas of practice in addition to that main area per employer. This list, as you will see, is fairly lengthy, and at the very bottom is a little arrow that indicates that you have to scroll down to get the full extent of this list. The options are quite diverse. You're asked for information about your employment category, whether you are conditionally employed, permanently employed, self-employed, temporarily employed, whether that funding source for your current employment with that particular employer is public, private, or mixed, or unknown. To what extent you provide virtual care, whether that's never to more than 50% of the time, and whether you work at multiple sites. You will also be asked to provide information about methods of care, whether that's email, in person, telephone, video conference, messaging. Your primary method, there's a secondary, and a third most frequently used. As I discussed earlier, you have the option to choose from other areas of practice per employer. And the list that you can see below the arrow on the left is a very abridged version. I will show you in the next slide the fuller listing. That's where the arrow was on the left, and the listing is fairly expansive. You'll notice that you can choose multiple options per employer. If you have any questions about the information in this video, please don't hesitate to reach out to ACOT by phone or email. Thanks for watching.